Hi, my name is Mike. Thanks for joining me today on my channel, Technically Church, where I share over 20 years of experience in audio, video, lighting, and multimedia. You can always find out more on my website at technicallychurch.com. Let's jump in. Today we're going to be talking about using user signals on the Behringer Wing to combine two mono signals, non-consecutive on the snake. So two mono signals that are not right next to each other on a snake, combine them into one stereo channel. I am on the Behringer Wing, full size here, and I am running firmware version 3.0.5 at the time of this video. Now, this is not necessarily something that I am saying you should do. I would put this more in the hack category. This is the something that I need to do for some weird reason. I'm not able to, I didn't realize I have a stereo signal. So if you don't know, on the Behringer Wing, you can plug in, it's stereo ready. So every channel can be stereo, but you do have to plug in the sources right next to each other, and you have to start on the odds. So essentially, channels 1 and 2 can be a stereo pair, but 2 and 3 cannot. Channels 3 and 4 can be a stereo pair, but 4 and 5 cannot, and so on. So maybe, you're in some weird situation where you plugged them in wrong, or you have a stereo signal that somehow got plugged into channel 1 and 18, and you can't change it. This is what I would consider a hack to make this work on the wing in a quick fashion without repatching it. Who knows if you need this? It was just something cool that I discovered, and I wanted to make a quick video about it. So user signals are just a way to patch in different channels. It takes the processing with it, so you can do lots of different things. I have a different video explaining why you might want to take the processing with a channel and patch it somewhere else. So you could check that video out. I'll link it below. All right, so we're going to set this up, and I'll explain as we go. We're going to go to routing, and we're going to go to sources, and we're going to go to user signals, okay? So you can see that I have two set up already, user 1 and user 2. So we're going to start with user 3. So I'm going to click on user 3. So here's the fictitious scenario that I'm making up, okay? I have a stereo electric guitar, and they plugged the left channel into input 1 on the snake, and they plugged the right channel into input 4 on the snake. So I can't by default use that as a stereo pair without physically moving those connections. So I'm dealing with 1 and 4. It's an actual stereo guitar. So I'm going to go to user 3, and I'm going to go assign, and I'm going to say, so again, we're dealing with channels here, so it's a little confusing. They're plugged into snakes 1 through 4. We're dealing with patching channels here. So the first thing you actually have to do, I'm going to use channels just because they're open, 23 and 24. So these are channels. I'm going to patch snake channel 1 into 23, snake channel 4 into 24. So again, this isn't super recommended because it's actually going to eat up 2 of your channels to do this, which kind of defeats the whole purpose of the wing being stereo. I digress. So we're going to have 23 patched in to the left. So I'm going to pick 23, and I'm going to say tap point, because I don't want all the processing to come with it. But so I'm going to say tap point, and I'm going to say I only want the left part of this channel. It's going to be a mono channel, right? But I'm going to grab the left of it and close. So this is now the left side of that electric in user 3. Now I'm going to go to user 4, hit assign, grab channel 24, and do the same thing but make it right, okay? So now what I have is user 3 is the left side of the electric guitar, user 4 is the right side of the electric guitar. Now I'm going to go to a new channel that I have open. So here's channel 19, it's a channel I have open. I'm going to patch in this channel and say I want to patch in user signal 3, but I want it to be stereo. So now it's going to grab user 3 and user 4, which if you remember is my left and right of the electric, which if you go all the way back is actually patched into stage channels 1 and 4. Okay, but it's going to turn that into a stereo pair, put it on one channel, on one fader, and actually be true stereo left and right. Now I'm using 3 channels to do this. Totally weird, but I don't know, cool. So that's how that works. That's what you could do in this crazy scenario, and maybe it's helpful for somebody. Thanks for joining me today. Again, my name is Mike. You can always find out more on my website, technicallychurch.com, or on my YouTube channel, Technically Church. Look forward to seeing you soon.